Tom Shu, and today I'm going to teach you how to work with gradient maps inside Photoshop. As you know, I always catalog and work with my photos in Lightroom, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to hand the photo off into Photoshop for editing. And we do that with a shortcut Control E as in Edward or Command E on a Mac. Okay, so it's going to bring it into Photoshop. So the first thing we're going to do, let me just go ahead and close this one up a little bit, and we're going to zoom in a little bit. We're going to hit the Z key and just slide our mouse to the right. We're going to duplicate this background layer, Control J or Command J on the Mac. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to come right down here and we're going to select Gradient Map. Okay, now there's a bunch of defaults set by the program, and there's these crazy colors, you know, and I don't know exactly how or why you would use these. However, they are there to use. In CS6 they added some photographic toning ones. Okay, so if you're into those, to show you how you would grab those, you hit your drop down menu, grab the sprocket, and you'd say photographic toning, and you would append it or add them to your selections. And then you could come through and pick the one you like, say maybe as a platinum or a selenium or something like this, sepia. For me, I like to make my own. Okay, so say if we just started with this particular one. Okay, if you come back here and just double click, bring up the gradient editor. So to me this is a little bit too much blue, so maybe I want to change the color of this blue. So I double click it and maybe we give it a light color blue, something like this teal. Alright, and then you can control the fall off by grabbing this little diamond. Maybe we bring it over to here and it falls off a lot less. Okay, and now if I click right here I can add another color. So maybe if I grab this darker blue, maybe something like this. Okay, we'll click OK, and then I can control how that falls off as well. Okay, now notice how this is falling off into the shadow area. So I just click OK there. What I could do is go in and change my blending mode. First of all, let's drag the opacity down. The idea about toning an image is to change the way the colors are represented on the image between the shadow and the highlight. So if we just go and click on this normal area, we could use the up and down arrows to find a blending mode. Let me close this dialog. So we could try find a blending mode that would maybe appeal to us. I know that linear light looks pretty good for me a lot of times. Okay, so I kind of like the way that looks. If I grab my fill and bring this down a little bit, something like this area, okay, that looks pretty good to me as far as toning is concerned. Bring this up and just peek it down just a little bit like that. Now the image is a little bit dark for me, so I'm just going to grab a curves adjustment. Let me just pull this over here. Maybe right there will work. And I'm going to bring up my brights and I'm going to drop those shadows down just a hair. And then I'm going to grab this gradient map and I'm going to drop the fill layer down just a little bit more. And maybe the opacity just a hair. Okay, so that's it. What I would do is maybe flatten the image, and then I could save this image back into my catalog by hitting Control S or Command S on a Mac. It's saving the image, and now it's back in Lightroom catalog. It's going to load it back in, and you can look at the difference between the two images. This was the one before, and now this is the after. That's it. I want to thank you all for taking time to visit my blog today, and until next time, we'll see you soon.